As you all know, Declan Doyle has been hired as the new OC for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's talk about what this impact will have on the Bears and ultimately, what does this mean? Where do we go and how do we handle the storm? Listen, if you're new to the channel, it's your boy PK. This is the Windy City Breeze. The first video we uploaded had no sound for some odd reason. So, you know what? We're going to have to just do it this way. Yeah, we're going to get that fixed. But let's get into the topic. Declan Doyle turned down the Eagles job, which, considering the options, if you wanted to be the OC for the Eagles offense versus the Baltimore Ravens offense, I think he made the right decision in that. So we all know that when you are good, and Ben Johnson has kind of been emphasizing this in some of his statements, low key. When you're good, teams are going to come and poach your talent. Now, from the head coaching staff, from the assistants, we had a monster-like coaching staff. From the assistants, the coordinators, we had a all-star cast. So it was to nobody's surprise that these individuals, after going 11-6 and completely being a part of a turnaround that is almost like a Cinderella story of sorts with the Chicago Bears, that they were going to be offered jobs. I mean, it just is what it is. And when you're in a situation where you have so many individuals or so many organizations in turnover or in turmoil rather, and having a lot of turnover, then you're going to have opportunities. And so we applaud the fact that Declan Doyle was able to be considered for that particular role. Now, with that being said, what does this ultimately mean? Now, why didn't he stay here? He was an OC here. Well, we all know that Ben Johnson is the play caller here. And part of being the offensive coordinator, part of the allure of that job is to be able to say that you not only implemented or were part of implementing the offense, but you were able to call the particular shots. And so that is the difference. Declan Doyle gets to now have the same opportunities as many other OCs. They get to call their own shots and not be, I don't want to say held back, because I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. It's not really being held back. If the Bears go on to win something, would have won something this year, we've heralded Ben Johnson and Declan Doyle for the preparation that goes into getting the team ready week over week. But I mean, part of the progression is to be able to call your own shots, have your offense, and be considered, get all the credit for that. And that's ultimately what he set himself up to do. And so we appreciate the simple fact that there is upward mobility and they couldn't hold him back from it. Shout out to them and shout out to him and what they're going to be able to do. Now, do we have to worry about this particular move? Well, that's yet to be seen. We don't know exactly who the individual that Ben Johnson's looking to replace. There are several reports that there are individuals who he's connected to that are being considered. We will have a separate video that talks about that. But in the meantime, between time, do we have to panic? Is this the time to actually sit there and be frustrated because we see so many of our talented coordinators and coaches leaving? Again, not yet. The one thing we have to have faith in is the simple fact that Ben Johnson was an individual who picked these individuals to be here. He got to call that particular shot, which means he was able to identify individuals who can actually match his intensity, actually match the culture that he was trying to actually set within the locker room. And he did a heck of a job doing it. Again, the entire culture of the city, the whole entire culture of the team has changed. And we all had the chance to be a part of that, and we feel it. Everyone feels it. The belief around the Chicago Bears is crazy. It is the best and most electrifying season we've been a part of in a very long time, especially on the breeze. And we've had some. Listen, we've gone 12-4 and all that stuff. It didn't feel like this, but Ben Johnson was the person who called that shots to get those people here, and so now I have no doubt that he could potentially do it again. And the fact that he's actually made comments on a simple fact that, hey, there is no carryover. We're starting from square one. There's nothing that we take from this year that carries over to the next one. We are hitting the ground floor all over again. Lets me know that not only did he see this coming, which he should have, honestly, he really should have, but he was prepared for it. And that's the biggest thing. You can see something coming and not be prepared for it. It looks like he was prepared for this. And so now I trust as we get more reports on who he's going to interview and who he's going to potentially consider for the offensive coordinator, that he's going to find someone who can do just as good of a job, match the culture, match the intensity, reaffirm the standard that he's trying to set within this team, and still have progress with all the players there. I have nothing but full faith in that. But again, we just want to sit there and say, hey, shout out to Declan Doyle for being able to land that. The simple fact that he didn't have not one but two. Like, listen, the former champs were looking at him because they could see how his involvement in Ben Johnson and what that was. And then he has the Baltimore Ravens, which again, I can speak glowingly about them. They're not in our division. I don't have to see them as much as I have to see the Packers or anything like that. If at all next season, I didn't even check a look at that schedule. But we can salute him for actually landing the opportunity at 29 years old. He's well on his way. Again, the next step would be potentially head coach if he was able to rock and roll in that. So shout out to him. A shout out to Ben Johnson for being able to spot out that talent and giving his boys the opportunity to shine. And we appreciate them. But listen, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on what the impacts are. I want to hear your thoughts on all of it. Whether it's love, let's say put in the chat. I'll be in there with you. Till next time. Peace.